My wife said she was on a work conference. Then a coworker messaged me. Just so you know, those 4 words changed everything. For context, I'm 34. My wife is 32. We've been married for 6 years, together almost a decade. We've had a solid relationship, or at least I thought so. We don't have kids yet, but we've been talking about it. She works in marketing, and I'm in IT. Her job involves travel now and then, sometimes overnight conferences or team-building retreats. I've never doubted her before. She's always been professional, dedicated, and trustworthy. At least, that's the story I told myself. A couple of weeks ago, she told me she had to go to a 3-day work conference out of town. She even showed me the email from her boss about the event. She packed, kissed me goodbye, and left on Thursday morning. I didn't question it. Why would I? The first day, everything seemed normal. She texted me updates. Just finished the first session. Long day, going to grab dinner with the team, and even a photo of her name badge. I remember smiling, thinking how proud I was of her. Then Friday night happened. I was at home, watching TV, when I got a Facebook message from one of her coworkers. Not someone I knew well, just a guy I'd met once at a holiday party. Let's call him Mark. His message started with, "Hey, I don't know how to say this, but just so you know." My heart immediately sank. People don't start messages like that unless it's something serious. He continued, "She's not at the conference. She took PTO. I thought you should hear it from someone before you find out another way." I read it 3 times, not even breathing. I replied, "What do you mean she's not at the conference?" She sent me pictures. Mark said, "Those were from last year's event." I know because I was there. Look, I don't want to get more involved, but she's with someone from the office. They've been sneaky about it, but people talk. I just figured you deserve the truth. I felt my entire world tilt sideways. At first, I didn't want to believe him. Maybe he had the wrong idea. Maybe he was lying. But then I checked the metadata on the picture she sent me of her badge. Sure enough, it was from an album on her phone taken last year. My hands were shaking. I couldn't sit still. I called her, straight to voicemail. I texted, "Where are you?" She replied 20 minutes later, "Sorry, can't talk, in a seminar." But now I knew. There was no seminar. I didn't sleep that night. I kept pacing, replaying everything in my head. The late nights at the office, the sudden bursts of overtime, the way she'd been more distant lately, claiming stress. All the puzzle pieces I ignored were suddenly snapping together. By Saturday morning, I couldn't take it. I drove 2 hours to the hotel where she claimed the conference was being held. When I got there, the lobby was quiet. I asked the front desk about the conference. The clerk looked confused and said there was no event scheduled that weekend. I swear, my knees almost gave out. I drove back, sick to my stomach. When she came home Sunday evening, smiling, suitcase in hand, I felt like I was looking at a stranger. "Conference was good," she said, hugging me like nothing was wrong. I pulled away and asked, "Where were you?" She froze. "What do you mean?" "I told you." "No," I cut in. "I went to the hotel. There was no conference. Mark told me you weren't there. So tell me, where the hell were you?" Her face drained of color. She stammered, I don't know what Mark told you, but he hates me." "He's lying." "Then explain the pictures. They were from last year. Metadata doesn't lie." She started crying. Finally, she admitted it. There was no conference. She had taken time off. She said she just needed space, that she went with a coworker to figure out her feelings. She swore it wasn't an affair, just emotional confusion. But her story kept shifting. First she was alone, then it was just friends, then it was, yes, we kissed, but it didn't mean anything. I felt like I was being stabbed in the chest every time she opened her mouth. I asked why. She said she felt like something was missing, that she wanted excitement, that our routine had become boring. She cried, begged me not to throw everything away. But all I could think about was the ease with which she lied. The way she crafted an entire fake weekend, complete with texts, old pictures, and details. That's not a mistake. That's a decision. It's been a week since then. She's staying with a friend while I figure out what to do. My family says divorce. My friends are divided. Some think people can make mistakes and recover. Others think cheating, emotional or physical, is a line you don't come back from. As for me, I can't stop replaying Mark's message. Just so you know. It shattered everything. Because now I do know. I know my wife isn't the person I thought she was. I know trust, once broken like this, might never come back. And I know that no matter what she says, this wasn't just confusion. It was betrayal. I haven't made my decision yet, but one thing is clear. The marriage we had before is gone.